This is the love story between a former god and a upcoming princess who will become the ruler of Quin, in which she's from. Both being power deities, they have to go through a love trial of 3 lives. This is a continuation from Tim Mouse Peach Blossom's 3 Lives, 3 Worlds, the pillow book, but on here it would be called Sweet Love of Dreams. The story between the two indicates in a lot of misunderstandings and a lot of rejection in the beginning. Dijin rejected the princess a lot early on. On most occasions, she pretends to be a maid. She pretends to be his fox at some point. She makes a lot of sacrifices along the way to be with this Dijin that had no knowledge of her, did not love her, had no connections. His heart was not moved for her. It's basically like what humans does, constantly falling after a man that does not want them. This is what she did for a long period of time. But in this one, they show a little bit of that, some of what happened of her story from Tim Mouse Peach Blossoms. They bring it over into this one, which is Sweet Love of Dreams, and they show their whole entire stories, the 3 lives, 3 worlds between them and their love trial. Eventually his heart gets to warm up to them in the mortal realm, where she really makes a mark and impression on him, breaks his heart becomes wounded, he becomes weak. Eventually he slowly begins to fall for her. Eventually, they strongly have mutual affection. They finally get engaged eventually, and there's going to be so many misunderstandings between the two of them. Early on, when she got rejected, he had no knowledge of her, didn't know who she was. She never made herself known as far as she was the princess of Quin. He had no knowledge of that, right? He didn't have a lot of knowledge of a lot of things she done for him. But over time, they both slowly gained the knowledge of each other, both experiencing trials that allow them to see themselves and each other in different perspectives. I believe it's a great series. It ends so amazing. The ending does change because the characters change. The characters from Tim Mouse Peach Blossoms, like the uncle, he changes. It's a lot of people in this drama that changes, and a lot of endings different from the book, right? So if you read the book like myself, Tim Mouse Peach Blossom and Sweet Love of Dream, which I strongly recommend it because it does really line up with the actual series. It's amazing, guys. It's very binge worthy. So if you watch this, I suggest you be mindful that there will be character changes from the 2 series, though the person who made Tim Mouse and Peach Blossoms, there seemed to be some trouble with legal actions saying how someone stole each other's story. But nevertheless, the stories are attached to each other, but they're separate. I guess they're by different people. I strongly recommend that you read the books as well as watch the series because it is binge worthy, and the ending does turn out pretty good because she has the blood that can kill evil, and he also has very odd blood as well. So the ending is very traumatic as well as the beginning. Very strong, vivid pictures, very in detail. It's very great if you love Chinese dramas like myself. I strongly recommend this if you're into a love drama that has a lot of misunderstandings, that a lot of pain, and a lot of forthcoming.